dance with my dogs in the nighttime. That was, I just don't understand how I get like MVP. I know I had some good pot spots in that game, but like, why did you choose that? How did we get past? Oh, interesting.
Where the Missouri Tiger fans are hoping that they put together a big W.
Here we go, Vols. Here we go.
You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see a team.
The fuck did you just say?
Off of my week, the Tennessee Volunteers taking on the 16th ranked team in the land, Missouri Tigers. 48 Sports College Football. Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollock and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started.
It's an avocado. Thanks. JB in here causing grief already. Yo bum. About to sneeze. Shit. Thanks, guys. Guys, JB said I suck. So mean.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over.
All right, JD. Have a good night, sir.
This crowd trying to show them what it's going to be like all day.
Big torque.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
Watching this Tennessee running back, man, he just runs with so much purpose, and it reminds me of guys that I used to play against, Jamal Lewis and Travis Henry, two great ball running backs that used to really test the physicality of our Gator defenses and some of those great games we had back in the late 90s. This dude right here, man, he just wears you down every single quarter.
This crowd, full throat, spinning the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Discards a man. Brought down at the 48 after a gain of 5.
You don't always have to run the sexy plays, right? It doesn't have to always be up-tempo and fast and spread and doing all this stuff. Sometimes you just lower your shoulder. Sometimes you just run powerfully. You get the first down. and that's all that matters.
Fires left. Lost, the defense is wide open. And he
What a start here in Missouri.
touchdown Volunteer.
I think a lot of people probably expected to see that, right? They're playing on the road, and you know this is going to be a hostile environment, but they've got the better players, and we've seen that before. And there was no hesitation. The opening drive, they go right down the field, they score a touchdown, and they made a statement.
And he made the extra point without problem. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Good night. Later.
Let's see what he can do with the return. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Line gets set, first down. Looking to move it through the air. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. Missouri gets to the line quickly.
This offense already in the black zone, a little bit backed up. How do they want to respond? They come out to throw the football, be aggressive, and this defense was ready, and they got pressure on the quarterback and got a sack on the very first snap.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easy.
And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
And how about this defense? Your offense goes right down the field, scores on the first drive, and now you come out, get a big sack on third down, and force a punt. You talk about creating momentum early and shutting the home crowd up. Mission accomplished.
And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Colin.
Yeah, you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
Finds his tight end. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient most of the time, that drag route's going to come in.
How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion? SEC versus the Big Ten. They compete at everything. They try to outspend each other, and they certainly want to beat each other on the field.
So many national championships, so many Heisman Trophy winners shared between these two conferences, David. Everybody gets excited when the Big Ten takes on the SEC.
And these games matter so much. The fans get so amped up, so juiced up, to the point where we hear in the stands what? SEC. SEC. They wouldn't say that if conference pride wasn't a real thing.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Grabbed behind the line, it's Savage. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee!
Yeah, how about the design of the play? Doing a great job. Get it to your man, your running back, now turn receiver in space, and let him do damage. Let him catch the football. He can do the rest. Be that special player in space that you know he is, and get into the end zone.
14, Missouri, 0.
He'll call for the fair catch here. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. To say this has been a slow slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Going deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Hey, listen, the quarterback didn't get the completion on that throw, but that doesn't mean you can't try again. Trusting your playmakers outside to push the field and stretch it vertically and make a play for you. It won't surprise me to see this QB take more shots as this game goes on.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. Just a short pass to the tight end. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 1st down.
They pick up the 1st down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like, because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit.
It's just so hard to stop. There is no rhyme. There is no reason. He just scrambles around, makes people miss, and the next thing you know, you look up and he's 20, 30 yards down the field, and there's nothing you can do about it.
They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. This time, they were able to keep him in check and stop him short of that 1st down.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job, buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
The back goes in motion. Looking to pass on 2nd down. Flips it out in the flat. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
Well, this is a guy at running back who can make plays, taking handoffs, and also catching the ball. They're trying to get him involved there on the swing pass, but the defense able to make the stop.
This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He's got his man, and he couldn't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. Never a doubt, and that will extend their lead even further. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go.
Missouri, 0.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. First down here for the offense. He wants to throw. He'll take the deep shot. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on 1st down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. He's looking for a man on 2nd down. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. It's caught. How about that play? Getting a huge chunk of yardage to wrap up the 1st quarter, and that's how we'll end it and head First down to start the drive after the break. He's going to pass. Makes the grab. Touchdown, Missouri! What a grab and go for the score.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed. They've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, fellas, here's a final update on a top 15 clash. Clemson made it look easy, but I promise you, there is nothing easy about a double-digit win on the road. And a win like this only confirms there is something special brewing with these Tigers. Iron sharpens iron, and you just know a top 15...
What are y'all doing?
...is going to go a long way in telling the story of each of these two seasons.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that. It sounds as if they had a good one there. He wants to start this drive with a pass. He got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams
Let me know if the
about?
game's too loud.
Offenses are better. You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. A designed run for the quarterback.
First down.
The Volunteers get it past the sticks. Setting up for a 1st and 10 from the 26. They'll try the run. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Got 6 on first down, now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. He's looking to throw. It's complete. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
He's looking to throw it. Makes the pass. And this senior quarterback knows he had a chance that time and just put a little too much on it.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's got to settle himself down.
After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. Leaves it with the running back. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down. Tennessee loves relying on the big physical backs like a Jamal Lewis, and this guy fits the mold.
Yeah, guys you just didn't want to tackle. I mean, guys that run angry all the time, and it's a mindset. When Tennessee has that mindset, the fans go crazy, and their teams are usually their best squads.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on 1st down on these running plays. They're getting chunks of yardage.
6-yard pickup on 1st down. Leaves them with 2nd and 4. He's looking to throw. He's right on target. Smashes through. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
the house. No mid-season doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6. That touchdown gives his team a pretty significant lead at this point.
And that's what you want.
Dude, St. John's is playing with zero urgency, man. Getting bullied by Omaha.
Man, the energy, the crowd, everybody's into
15 and a 2.
better respond.
And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17.
Damn, fucking dude threw it down for Omaha.
4 yards, and he got into the house from the 6 to finish, lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Fair catch, called for and made. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. Trailing now by 17, David, this is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not really there yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put some...
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
You got to be impressed with this defense early in this game, guys. They've got a big lead because they are getting after the quarterback. They've already generated multiple sacks. They thought coming into this game they could take advantage of this offensive line, and that game plan is working to perfection.
Going up top. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. So Missouri will have to punt it away.
Do I take it easy on Missouri or no mercy it?
Forward to the punt.
Why?
He's got great speed.
I don't know. He's not a bad guy. No, but I also don't think he could beat me. So I don't think there would be that, you know, problem. Actually, you know what? I take it back. Anybody can beat anybody in this game. No, not everybody, but
Mess this up. I put it on the doorstep for you. It's 1st and goal. He'll pull it on the read.
damn it.
Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
And it's a nice job by this defense. Understand this. That QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options. He's going to run the football. They're dialed in. He's got that second.
On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Volunteers.
Touchdown. Tennessee.
Lining up.
It's getting ugly.
One more onto that lead. The kick is up and good. And
What overall is
more
his
on
team?
the lead. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. No return coming. He'll call for the first half.
Excuse me. Wow, 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 wow.
Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my go-to guy at receiver. Who can I count on one-on-one to go and make me a play? Maybe even one-on-two. Who can go up, catch the ball, get us some yards, and get us some points?
You calling me a liar? Well, I ain't calling you a truther.
2nd down, just keeps firing. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
Man, this quarterback is going to need a
What?
nice bath when this game is over because he is getting whacked. We've seen him go down. He's been sacked time and time again. He just got nailed another time on that last play. He can't wait for this game to be over.
Yeah, I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short.
Punting? It's 4th and inches, and you're down 31-7. I'm calling a timeout for you. Rethink that.
Who knows what they're
Why are you punting?
Defense, it's their first of the half.
Right, but it's 4th and inches.
Missouri will have to send out the punt team. Fourth time tonight.
All right, see how can I run the score up on this type of guy?
He'll be content with the
He just fucking punted it on 4th and inches,
right around the 30-yard line.
and I called a timeout for him to let him rethink it.
Tennessee ready to go to work.
Oh, is that off his face?
This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out everybody right now on the same page.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. And they got him for the sack.
And that's what this defense needed to get going. You've given up a bunch of touchdowns. You haven't been great early, but now you finally get some pressure, get the quarterback to the ground. Now maybe start turning this defense around.
And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. And the Volunteers will punt it away on 4th down. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Good steal.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Vols will try to keep this one deep to get things underway in the second half. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25.
Just doing your thing.
Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. A score.
One way or another, I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna get you one way.
We're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops. So this is a critical drive here for this offense.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll go right back to the run. Still running at the 40. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David. They're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
Coming after it. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
And there's no mystery as to why this team's losing today. They've given up 5 sacks. They cannot keep their quarterback upright, and you just saw another example of it right there. He has never been able to get into rhythm throwing the football.
Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. Oh, picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Man, these defenders practice this all week long. It's locating the football with your eyes. Great
Go
job
cuddle.
being in position, but also, how about getting your head around and locating the ball in the air so you can go up, pick it off for the defense.
Get.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Yeah, And listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you some spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right, things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
They'll have it at the 49, just across midfield, 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. He makes the grab. They'll wrestle him down just short of the 1st down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this.
Yeah, and I think you've just seen how the quarterback has so much confidence in this guy catching the ball too, right? Receivers aren't open, tight ends aren't open. He knows he can find him running out of the backfield, or if he lines up at wide receiver, this dude can get open, and he can make positive things happen after he has the ball.
He wants to pass it on 2nd down. He makes the connection. Brought down at the 25-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup, and this offense is threatening. And the Vols are moving quickly down the field. They're going to throw it again. Gets it out quickly. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times they'll dance and make even bigger plays than they did here, but it's still a positive game.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. It's complete to the left. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
The Volunteers trying to get a touchdown on 1st. Touchdown, Tennessee! And the route is on.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball, but man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25.
Wow.
Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get
He
the
got it.
game going,
Let's go.
around him a little bit with this system.
Let's go, St. John's.
Up a couple at 2nd and 8.
They're not a great first half team either.
The give to the left. Defense in the right spot. They
Can't give that up, dude. Oh my god. Yeah, St. John's might lose tonight, man. I swear. This is fucking insane.
Are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
That's a tray ball.
Just a really nice play.
No, it's just because I have money on St. John's. That's why. Hmm?
He's just Johnny on the spot.
Don't worry about it.
Second interception of the game, doing a great job reading the quarterback's eyes, and he's just been in the right place at the
Something like that.
making plays.
Wasting no time throwing on this drive.
Who'd you take to win your bracket?
And they just can't square it
Oh,
up, and
okay.
he gets down to the 36. I don't think he was the primary receiver in that play, David, but a very productive pickup on 1st.
I'll be sure to let you know when Florida doesn't win it that you were wrong too.
Understanding zones and where to sit down And listen, it's not the huge game down the field, but it's always death by 1,000 cuts, small gains, break tackles, and continue to move the sticks.
Well, he went out of his way to tell me I was a fucking idiot for putting money on St. John's.
They got that moving the sticks for a first down.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They looked like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time.
No, I went to a sports book and put money on St. John's to win the net fucking March Madness tournament. Pays of $1,200.
Trying to find his man on first down. Complete downfield.
They were,
And that's where they'll
they're a 2 seed.
productive play and they'll move
Yeah. They lost like, you know who Rick Pitino is? He coached Louisville. Okay, well he coaches them now, and they're a school in New York, St. John's. They lost. They had a phenomenal year, and the fact that they have Rick Pitino now, he's like a Hall of Fame coach, you know. So it's they're set up for success. Now they can get people in there to play, you know. Rick Pitino's called the Godfather. That's his nickname.
second and goal for this offense.
Rick, good boy.
Grab behind the line. It's Savage.
He said I almost said a slur.
Just getting squished.
That's insane.
Cutting him up like Peyton Manning.
And no answers. I mean, he's really had his way. They haven't
All I can say is this one announcer doing this basketball game is just meat riding Omaha. Like he's just talking so much shit about St. John's and meat riding this team.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line.
JB just all of a sudden decided to fucking meat ride Jalen Hurts.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25.
I know, but send that at 10:37 at night? It's kind of crazy.
Keeps it going. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
And this is really the story of the game. This offense has no chance in the passing game because they cannot protect the quarterback. All game long, he's been under duress. You got to get the defense turned around.
Quarterback wants to throw on second down. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it. And the big tight end.
I was going to say, you only care because Jordan loves that list.
Pass defense, it brings up a fourth down. So Missouri will have to punt it away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today.
Yeah. Yeah, Jordan Love didn't walk into that starting job like Burrow, Herbert, and Tua did.
They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end.
Say that. You should say Love didn't start at first.
They get him down and
Get him riled up at almost 11 o'clock at night. Yeah, I remember. Well, when they should have went to the NFC Chip when they lost to the Niners, what, 2 years ago?
second down.
They almost ran the table. Because if you really think about it, if you put almost a Super Bowl appearance together, you know that's what, 3 to 4 playoff wins.
At the 40, there he goes. And he's running in the open. Touchdown, Volunteers. And the beatdown has ensued. That'll give him a little more breathing room as they try to
points and more points.
Dude,
This
he
offense
is.
has
All right, Jacob. I'm doing you justice.
foot on the gas, keep putting up points.
It's
keep putting up
52.
touchdowns.
It's
And you know
52 to
what?
7.
This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch.
Get him.
Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. Last time, David, it was 1, 2, 3 kick.
Last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
That one's sort of
Oh dear.
needing to see one go through the
That's not coming back.
Just get a completion to your guy and pick up
Corbin.
Build some
Carroll.
confidence because your confidence throwing the ball over the middle of the field and in tight windows, probably not at an all-time high, but check it down, make something positive happen. The running back does his job, so maybe this sparks a little something in the quarterback's head where he can feel a little bit more confident and bounce back from these early mistakes.
You know, they pride themselves on being physical at the point of attack, dominating at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there picking up the first down.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Well, a lot of things haven't gone right for him. You saw an incompletion right there. It's been offense, it's been defense. They just haven't been able to click and get into a rhythm here. And now they're playing catch-up, and you know they're going to be throwing at each and every play here in the 4th quarter.
From the gun, the running back has it. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and this offense, man, it's been a struggle bus. And they just...
Did you fly out?
haven't found what they're really,
Crazy.
really good at. And I'll tell you this, it's later, it's in the 4th quarter, later in the game, obviously. They need to start airing this thing out. We got to get back in this football game because I don't know if y'all realize this, but we're down by a lot.
Don't. Why is he punt every time? That's so weird. Go for it.
Throwing to the sideline, and you're not getting past the sticks.
Alright.
This defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
Not able to pop the big return, but they got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession.
What?
The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Oh shit.
2nd and very
Howdy, stranger.
on the option. Now the pitch. At the 35, he's open.
Hey, Greg.
Run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing, of course. This team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game. Running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another 1st down.
No, but Jalen Hurts wins, so no.
To throw. Might be looking to run. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
Nice job by the QB. Sits back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love this slide here. Don't take a big shot.
They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the 1st down.
And this is exactly what you want to do when you're on offense. You have the lead, you want to chew the clock, keep the ball on the ground, keep that thing just ticking, Palmer.
They're just imposing their will, Dave, and that's something that we've seen, I think, all game. Up front, they've been the more physical team. They're the ones that's
Yeah.
getting pushed and that's getting movement, and it's carrying over all the way here deep into the 4th quarter.
Might as well give it to him again. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves him with second and short.
And this is exactly where you want to be as an offensive coordinator. Like when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they put a good day together. They've had their way with this defense. A lot of positive things to point to. This is one of those weeks when you watch tape, it's going to be really fun to watch. Not like when you get beat up. A lot of big plays from this offense.
And the Volunteers will snap it on first and 10. They think they can impose their will here with the run to the right. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they built this lead. They've had a great day today.
Got 3 on first down at second and 7.
Hey, Greg.
He's
Ow.
got it again.
He joined like 2 minutes ago.
Snows him under after a very short
I said something when he joined, but he didn't say anything until just now.
After the stumble
Ah.
this year, a lot of people wrote this team off. People
Got
might
it.
be searching for spots on the bandwagon again now.
Yeah,
Well, that was a fun college football game. Sorry I had to do him like that. Oh, we got another bye week.